back to Campaigns of the Plains. We're back playing the Monster of the Week Season 2 Out of Time campaign. And our heroes had just traveled to a whole nother world in search for a way to fix their friend and mentor, who had been malfunctioning and attacking residents of London. They met briefly with King Oberon, who did agree to give them help, if only to prevent destruction to his world. Because anything that happened in his world has a corresponding effect. And so, and vice versa. Before we dive in, make sure to do your ritual, and also, if you prefer to watch videos, go to YouTube and subscribe. And if you wish to listen to us on podcast form, go to your favorite podcast platform. We're pretty much on all of them, and make sure to subscribe on that. Without further ado, Mr. Noir bursts through the door of Black's office. Says, "We have two anomaly events in Turkey. One might be related to time flux issues." And she looks at him briefly and then frantically starts grabbing things from her desk drawers. Is the response team ready? And he says, "They're packing now. We're ready to leave it." "Good. I'll be coming with. Any other operatives on the ground or en route?" "Not yet. There's no promises they'll stay though." Mrs. Black grabs her pistol and stows it inside her. "Make sure Ops stays on top of the chatter. We're dealing with this now, and I'm not letting anyone." They turn and push through the doors of her office and storm down the hallway. We go back to now where we are inside the upper chamber of the bunker in Biddy's crystal room. And the team of Fae technicians are just finishing repairs on the giant crystal that Biddy is encased in. And they lower this new crystal, which you now realize is hollowed out. And this new one encapsulates the old one, sealing in any of the loose pieces that may have cracked or been damaged earlier. And you see the whole structure light up with a glow that before had seemed dull and and as they do, the displays along the wall start flickering on their screens, and the whole system seems to start to move. And before long, the visage of Biddy appears next to you all. "Oh, welcome you all. How was your trip?"
Awful.
"Oh, I'm sure it was.
That wasn't really that bad."
We were attacked by angels. I have a question about that. It was a parallel world. How parallel? Like, will there be like dead people in this world now that we killed?
We
I know.
learned this is the same as
I think it's more like
Events.
Oh, okay.
And King Oberon, who has escorted you and is still here, he says, "Likely there were some murder. Yes. It's a strange arrangement. We are sister world. One event causes it. So we must be very careful. Cause a cataclysmic cascade that could ruin both.
Okay, so no pressure. Wait, does that mean that in your world, does there exist a tire man?
Fireman.
Yes.
I don't think so. But I will check into it.
You should show him the clip.
Oh yeah, I got a video.
Would be very concerning if one was there and not accounted for.
Yeah, that's why I thought, the one here I think lives in one of the lakes now.
Oh, it's got a nice lake house. This-
Use the video you pull up for him and says, I don't know of anything, but I will be sure to inquire as to.
This actually does bring another rather pressing matter. If our worlds are so intertwined, this issue of dealing with Kronos, what would that do in your world?
Well, depending on the level of destruction that Kronos wreaks upon your world, would wipe out my entire people.
I meant more along the lines of if you, as you mentioned earlier, how the deaths of people seem to mirror. What is the mirror of Kronos?
There is no mirror.
Since
He's
he
a
is...
divine being.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seemed like the angels could exist there too. So, they're like divine beings, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but like the real ones.
Ooh, shots fired.
Well, he's like possessed. It's different. Either way, so, maybe it's the same with Kronos, right? He is everywhere.
While there may be a parallel to Kronos, it is not because our world are governed by the celestial that created both of our worlds simultaneously.
Okay. Well,
Well, it just means we don't have to deal with two Kronos.
that sounds like that would be the worst thing. Thank you for your help and not executing us for being in your home.
Of course.
We will do what we can. Everything we can. Because we want to get rid of Kronos. Just as bad as you want to see him gone. And we'll
See that you do.
do our best to find Adam as well. He doesn't cause any more harm.
Well, if you see his accomplice, you have my government permission.
Oh, well, that's...
Perfect. Do you have a description?
Yes. Fuchsia in color. She is of the Nargal species. It is the lanky one, very large head and almond-shaped eyes.
Okay.
Now, thing about them is that you will need to find her. They usually, part of their culture, a crystal somewhere hidden. You'll have to destroy that before she.
Good to know. Do you want us? I don't know how we could or anything, but if we find her, or once we dispatch of Kronos, Do you want us to contact you in any way? Or will you just know? Will you sense it in the ether?
Please never contact me. But please do dispose of these interlopers.
Great, sounds cool.
And with that, the group of Fey creatures pack up their tools and begin to enter the portal that is still there. And King Oberon takes one last look at Biddy, who stares back at him in her newly revived form and steps through the portal and it snaps shut.
He was nice.
He's gonna kill us.
No, he said he would have killed us if we weren't trying to stop Kronos. So,
He would have killed us.
yeah,
But he didn't.
but he didn't. And that's what's important. How are you doing, Biddy? Are you feeling better?
Oh, never better, dear. Thank you for going through so much trouble. I hope that old Oberon wasn't too much of a hard ass.
Not any more than I would have expected from a king, honestly.
Aye, that's for sure. Well, I suppose it's a bit to apologize for. I've been out of sorts. I'm terribly sorry, dears. But
That's okay. Is the mean one of you gone now?
I'm pleased to report that the entire bunker has been restarted, and we are back in operation. So the mean Biddy, as you might say, is gone.
That's good. That's good. Did so? Is Kelly here? Did she come back? Because we told her that the bunker was in danger, and she was like, "Cool, I'm coming back." And then we didn't call her back to say, "Hey, sorry, there's an evil Biddy roaming around. Don't come in; she'll kill you." So,
And she pauses for a second, and then says, "Ah, yes, I believe Miss Grayson has just parked in the garage. Would you like me to go fetch her for you?"
sure. Also, I don't know who created Ever's chair, but I think it's broken.
Oh, yes, poor Evers. Well, I'm so sorry about that, Nat. I'll have one of my other biddies go and fix that for him.
Perfect. Now all's right back with the world. Where's Pancake Biddy?
Gonna go see Nurse Biddy.
Are you all right? Oh my god, you're bleeding. Out of your ears.
I wander off to the infirmary.
Yes, and you're halfway walking down the hall. You're greeted by a biddy and a nurse who grabs you around the shoulder and starts leading to the infirmary and starts scolding you for not taking so good care of yourself, and that you really should try not to get into so many fights.
I will try to not get into a fight with you so hard next time. I just kind of death stare at her. I'm like, I whisper at her. I'm like, this is mostly you, by the way.
Yo.
No, that was not me, and I do not appreciate the insinuation that I would hurt one of my words.
Yeah, well, bygones and
Yeah.
whatnot. Please patch me up. I have holes in places that I have not had holes before, so...
I have more holes than I
Yes. Get in bed. I'll fill your holes.
You want to borrow Daddy's sword?
like. Makes
Yeah.
So she begins to bandage you and patch you up. Is anyone else doing anything?
They got a spare radio?
Oh, yes, sure. Yes, sir. I think we could scrounge one up for you.
Cool.
Can you try and repair your child?
I'm gonna try and put my child in this other radio.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Why don't you
So,
give him something's leg? Why don't you make him a little body with some scrap parts? Like a. I've got one of those.
Maybe I'll make a radio with legs and arms.
Let's
get a bit.
They don't have toy robots.
the
do they?
90s.
Radio man. No, I was
Get
thinking.
him like G.I. Joe, one of the talking G.I. Joes or
So
something.
what about
You
like
know
one of those little?
Rock'em sock'em robots. You know.
Oh, what about the dogs that were like robots?
Oh, the robot dogs.
Are those out yet?
Yeah. No, I think they came out in the late 90s.
That was like a fucking because everyone was about the future shit. Like
Mm.
late 90s, early 2000s.
I feel like something like that would be funny. Or like what year is it? 93?
92.
92.
I think.
And Diddy will
It's gonna be like a short.
step behind and say,
baby robot.
to clarify, because the bunker was down for a bit of time, you did lose a few days time, but for the most part, because you were gone, time outside the bunker for you, for me, it was months. But what's the matter with that? Forever. So,
Wait, how many days did we lose?
about 5 days.
Oh, that's
Okay, well,
fine.
that was last time it was like 3 months. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
5 days is nothing. Jason's
Yes.
mom's gonna be mad, though. He calls her every day. Somebody better tell him to call his mom. I'm gonna page him. It's been 5 days, call your mama.
Oh shit! I gotta call my mom.
Back to Cipher's project. You're trying to transfer the spirit of your son to another radio, correct? Or
You should put him in a talk boy
Yes.
Oh, what?
Like
The-
from Home Alone.
from Home Alone.
The Tiger XL.
I saw the Tiger
That's what I want.
robot too.
That would be perfect. So just a little radio, and it could move around.
That's fair.
I was like, yeah, I'll put like legs on a radio. I'll do that. But I talk to him?
Yeah. You dirty rat. I don't remember what he says. He records like that.
Filthy
movie.
animal.
Yeah, you filthy animal. All right. What Cagney and Lacey?
Mm.
Cagney. Stagney.
so. Remind me your psychic ability.
Yeah.
Can you kind of repeat the phrasing?
Your mind is awakened. You get the sensitive weird move.
Good. So I'll go ahead and have you roll. Just roll a weird roll. 2d6 plus your weird.
7.
7. So it works. But there is, you are like holding both objects. Correct radio and the new radio, and you're like, I don't know what to do, and you like mash them together a little bit. Like,
They're cute.
This is how it works. This is how magic works.
That's what I want.
Um,
Oh yeah.
So he's a little GoBot.
after a minute, you're about to give up, and then you hear, "Hello, Father," but it's like through the speaker of the radio, and it's a little static.
It worked. My son.
Behold.
Did you give me legs this time, Father?
No. Not yet. Soon.
put him in a Walkman and you could
Well,
wear
thank
him.
you, Father. I believe you will do best by me.
Come, my son. Well, I'm not just gonna hold you, but let's go.
Thank you, Father. Thank you for the second chance. I won't fail you.
You didn't fail me. You were
Oh.
a brave boy.
I heard Phil. I
Oh,
was like, what?
Hear what you want to hear.
Yep.
Thank you, Father. That means so much. Anything else that everyone else is doing? Fuck.
Are we like taking the night to rest, or are we like directly going into the next thing? Because
Tell me.
I mean, I'm a little fucked up. I could probably use something, but I don't know. That would just come off.
This would be a Toys R Us.
That's why I went to the infirmary.
yeah.
This would be regular.
A good post-mission meet, debriefing with infirmary Biddy would be a good idea.
Mhm.
Go by.
Okay. Or Furby. Furby's out yet?
No.
No, that's
No.
like late 90s.
So yeah, Arrow and Olivia will also go.
Yeah. That's kind of like what I said.
So, half the team's getting patched up. What about the rest of it?
I'm gonna wait for Kelly to get here.
She can come to the
So,
infirmary.
Kelly is.
Are we all going to the
Sorted.
infirmary? Just getting patched up, waiting for Kelly to come and say hi.
Yep.
I'm actually doing okay. I mean, I got electrocuted. I'm a little fried, so
If we sleep, I'll be fine.
yeah.
Just take a nap.
kinda
So
like
Kelly
handcuffs
is
or something.
escorted up
Pancake bit.
the stairs by a mechanic Biddy, who is still a little rough around the edges, even though the corruption is crystal, and is like
Can't.
pulling Kelly by the arm up the stairs. And Kelly's like, "Ah, let go of me.
Mechanic
and-
Biddy, we're over here. We can. She can come with us.
Here you go, dear. She is quite the little rascal, but I was going to make sure she made it here just fine.
Cool.
She got you, Mickey.
All in a day's work.
Cool.
And she salutes you and goes back down.
Hi, Kelly. Everyone's in the infirmary because Biddy attacked us.
What?
Well,
Did he attack you?
yeah. So it's just like a really long story. Not really. Actually, you know that guy Adam? Evil, bad guy. Okay, he broke Biddy, and then Biddy started running wild around the bunker, and she had these big claw hands, and she was attacking us. And then we went to the Sheed to go and save her, and now she's better because we got her fixed by a king
An ex-boyfriend.
and maybe an ex-boyfriend. I don't.
Right? Did
I
they?
have no idea.
I feel like there was some.
Maybe. I thought so too.
I thought that too.
Like Oberon on Biddy action.
There seems some tension there. Yeah. Anyway, sexual tension aside between the elf Sheed King and Biddy, she is repaired. The bunker is okay. But everybody is very sore and injured because Biddy attacked us. And also we might have fought some angels.
Okay, one, Adam was always. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I know.
Also, where's
Listen,
Trixie?
the really hot ones, always evil.
Alright.
Always evil. And Trixie is also in the infirmary getting patched up because once again, Biddy tried to attack us. And also Trixie got locked into the don't go in there room for a little while with the Chihuahua. So she might be a little traumatized.
Oh my god. Ugh. Well, people keep my girlfriend like sick for a minute.
She's
and then-
fine. In fact, I think she sustained the least amount of injuries out of all of us.
So she runs off towards you. And, yeah. Anything else?
No, she has a girlfriend. You get to deal with that. That you're the parent. It's your job.
Why do I have to deal with it?
Not deal with it, but like, you know.
Oh.
I mean, mean, she's only like 15. She's
I'm not
probably.
there.
I thought, oh, you're in the infirmary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
But she's coming to you.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow her to the infirmary because I forgot that I did get incredibly electrocuted. I'm a little singed.
And so most of you are down in the infirmary.
Yep.
And there are several nurse biddies walking to and fro, starting to bandage you up and apply medication, salves, and giving you shots or IV drips as needed. Yeah. After some time, a few of you who are not as injured as others are released and are given a good meal. And after some time, Susie, who is also in the infirmary, protests, and she releases herself, essentially, starts going upstairs to do more research, to resume what she had started. All this had gone down. So, go ahead.
I am gonna follow her
So,
with
follow-
my pancake, with my bitty pancakes.
They're bitty pancakes. So you follow Clayton and catch up with your mother.
So you said that you got an idea of where Kronos could be, a lead.
And she says, well, yeah, we've been picking up traces of some weird power over in Europe. And well, that's about the time that we started calling everybody. And
When you say over in Europe, you don't mean like the Istanbul area, do you?
well, when I was tracking them, we were tracking them over in Greece, but it would follow the path taken.
Greece. Okay, so we need to go to Europe, is what you're saying? Potentially?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's but several days have gone by, and so now, I mean, yeah, according to what Olivia saw, like, good chance that he's over in Istanbul. Unfortunately, when Biddy was down, we probably lost a lot of data that we would have gotten. So, but I have her back up and monitoring things.
Okay.
We'll watch it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just
computers from this side.
maybe we'll just stay for a couple of days and see what information you get. Something else. When we were heading back this way, we were attacked and followed in these vehicles, and in one of them was Henrietta. Now I assume it is just someone puppeted her body, but it is still. I mean, they're clearly trying to get some kind of rise out of us if they're using her specifically.
God damn it! I was afraid this was going to happen. I told Jeremiah too that he needed to get rid of that body. Like, tradition be damned.
So I guess just a warning that someone puppeted Henry is roaming out there looking for us. And another
Believe
thing,
me,
someone came to help us, but I don't know who it was. He was in all, like, motorcycle attire with a helmet. I don't even know if it was a he. It was just somebody with a helmet, motorcycle attire, riding a motorcycle. And strangely, he had the sister to the sword that I have that belonged to Daddy. I don't know how he could have gotten that sword. There's only 2 of them. Do you know where the other one is?
Well, that's pretty upsetting because the other sword should have been buried with your brother.
Okay. So do you think somebody robbed his grave?
Possibly.
Or do you think, I mean, he's been gone for a while, but you don't think somebody's puppeting him?
It's hard to say.
Do I need to go check?
Your father very adamant not to burn the body. I knew this sort of thing could come back to bite us. My hands were tied, so it's very possible.
What do we do?
Well,
I
that's
mean,
something you wanted to go do. Yeah. Well, we get things back up and running here in the bunker.
is he
As soon
in,
as
is he buried in Georgia? Family plot?
should be.
Okay.
Well, why don't you, if you want to go do that, do that. As soon as we find something, we'll send transportation for you. We'll get you wherever this Kronos fucker is.
Okay. The only way I know how to trap him is with all those things that Adam gathered, so I think we need to find him too, but if he's trying to trap Kronos, he might just find us. Alright. Well, I forgot syrup for my pancakes, so I'm gonna go back downstairs.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'll go get syrup for my pancakes.
Oh. I was starting to sound like sound like I am.
No, she's not an NPC. She's real. She's right there.
She's mama.
She's mama.
Maybe you should take some other mission while we formulate a plan.
Yes. I will go back. Who's all in the pancake room? Who's gone to have bitty pancakes? Everybody's still in the
Pancake room.
I'm sure
everybody's-
Dawn's there.
Okay. So you know that guy who we saw who helped us, who I yelled at for having the match for the sword that I have? Okay.
And the motorcycle?
Yeah. Mama said that the other sword, because there's only 2, she said the other sword was buried with my brother. So I'm wondering if somebody either grave robbed or, you know how they're using Henry's body like a
Yeah.
puppet. Like maybe they're doing the same with him.
Does that look like your brother?
I mean, I don't know because he was had a helmet on. Like I have no idea. But they've got to have gotten the sword somehow.
Yeah.
Mama she didn't suggest. She just said if I wanted to maybe go check it out, I could go, unbury him to check and see if he's still there.
See back home.
Yeah, it's Georgia, which is quite a ways from here, but I don't know what else I mean, we don't have to, but it's something to do while we're waiting for information on Chronos. She said that they had a pinpoint of him in somewhere in Europe in like the Greece area, but that was a week ago. So they're waiting to collect more data, but it'll be, a few days. So rather than sitting and waiting and twiddling our thumbs, I guess we could go on a road trip.
You can get there and back pretty quick.
I think so. I mean, the cars here go like 210 miles an hour for some reason. I don't specifically that. No slower, no faster.
Right. They go one speed. You touch that gas and gone.
They've been
I
bidding.
don't know. We can ask the rest of the group and see what they think. But it doesn't sit right with me if somebody's puppet in my brother's body,
Well, even if they've just
or even if they've just stolen from his tomb. That's still not okay. I mean, it doesn't sit right with me that they have Henry's body either. But I don't know how to get that back. I don't know how to get either one of them back.
right.
But we saw her. We know they have her body. I don't know about my brother.
We've all lost too many people. We need to go there and figure out what's going on.
I know we're dealing with this Kronos thing, but it seems like there's something else, somebody else that has it out for us in addition to this. Or it's just Gray and he's with us and it's his fault. We can just blame him. He's not here to defend himself.
Usually his fault, right?
So we could just blame him. But I think that it goes deeper than that. I mean, like Olivia has people that want to kill her. You have people that want to kill you. And Gray, really, he made his own bed.
Yeah.
Right. But
He likes it. Did you see in his room? He has that new paper that he's like on the top 3 most wanted. He
I don't think I don't think he's in the top 3. I think he penciled his name in because it made him feel better about himself.
That's where you get your picture taken and it prints out of like those booths.
But I think that maybe wrapping up some of those things that are trying to undermine us would be helpful when we try to go get Kronos.
And if we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs, we're not being helpful.
Yeah.
And we're just going crazy if we just sit here.
Yeah. Also, we lost 5 days. Did you hear that part?
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 5 days. Yeah.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah. It wasn't 3 months.
That's better than...
5 days isn't that bad. That's like, I think we missed the next episode of that show we were watching, but otherwise we're good.
We'll never see that
Dawson's
again.
Creek.
I know. How are we gonna? I want to say do reruns. Maybe in the summer.
Maybe this summer.
Maybe the summer.
I wonder if Biddy could figure out how to record something. She's got to have a VCR somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I bet there are VCRs here.
Yeah. Just walls of VCRs.
Yeah.
Fucking no.
And then next to it is just little cars that says "Be kind, rewind."
Yeah,
You gotta put
yeah.
it in there to rewind it. We should find Olivia and talk to her. Maybe we could just go and. I don't know if you want everyone to go or if you just want a quick mission.
I don't know. We could all go. There's no reason why we couldn't. Not all 12 of us.
No. No.
B team's going to DC.
Yeah.
But no, we could all go. I don't see why not. Road trip to Georgia sounds like fun. We
I've
could.
been to Georgia.
We could drive. I never really asked Mama what happened to all of our stuff.
Yeah. Do you guys have like a plantation or something there?
Yeah, we had like a family mansion. But I guess I never asked her do we still own it? Like, is it still in the family name?
Yeah.
Or did it get sold?
Did it go to you? Wouldn't you be?
I don't
Would
know.
your mom be last of kin?
Now I feel like I need to go ask her.
Are you property? Are you?
I'm property owner. I'm gonna go ask Mama. I was gone for 5 years. What happened to our stuff?
Yeah.
And our money and everything. What happened when Dad died? Because if we're presumed dead, then we didn't get any of it.
Yeah. Did you go to the state of Georgia?
What?
Did it go to revert to the state?
Yeah,
of
did
Georgia?
it go to the state of Georgia? Did it go to next of kin? We didn't have any.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. So I'm gonna go ask her. I want to know if we're going to Georgia. We need to know if we can just go and stay in the family house.
There's still the servants walking around.
Yeah.
NPCs just
yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
you-
they don't stand us.
Party.
Yeah.
We're just having a party.
Yeah.
Susie looks at you and says, "Well, I mean, I felt like it would have been good to keep that asset around. So I did happen to forge your name on a few documents to pass the rights along to you. Now, keep in mind, I thought you were dead too, so it was all a sham to keep the assets for myself. But naturally, they are yours.
Okay.
You were the true heir to everything
Heir.
your father possessed.
Wait, so
Well,
I own the house technically,
yes, you do.
and
Now, nothing has happened to the house for a long time. I haven't kept tabs on it, and there's been no maintenance really. It's just kind of been sitting there, so no promises on what the Georgia Heat's done to it. But
okay, what about all of the like financial accounts and stocks and
well, there are those too, and truth be told, they have greatly helped our hunting missions over here.
I pulled up the credit card. So this is just like our money.
Well, yeah, it is.
Oh, that's good. I felt really bad. I thought we were just like stealing from some random person or like this was like a fake credit card.
Oh well, if we're gonna steal something, we usually only use dead people. So I wouldn't worry about it either way.
Okay.
Like Biddy probably would have invested the money into like a hedge.
We should
fund.
really like invest, actually, honestly.
And account Biddy turns around with her little green visor,
Yeah.
and she says, "Oh yeah, your money's in good hands, dear."
Perfect. I'll just let you handle it then.
Does the
The first fucking phrasing out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
The
So
computer's everywhere, but she has like a manual.
yes?
I'm glad that you went
and calculator.
auditor, because I think I would have went Wolf of Wall Street. She would have just like,
Oh.
done a line of coke and turned around and
Yeah.
You're good. You rich.
Yeah.
cool. Well,
I'm not
Now leave while I'm
that's cool.
quailing.
I just assumed that we were all assumed dead and that everything went back to the state. So I'm glad that that's not what happened.
But yeah, I mean, it was a scary time when y'all left, so I was just kind of trying to take care of myself,
No, that's
Take care of-
understandable.
take care of Evers.
I mean, it's your money and your house too, Mama. You know that, right? Like,
I know it's just the way things ended with Dad. It's just I just it always felt weird just claiming anything that was his. So, I don't know.
well, that's fair.
But anyway, point is, it's all there for you. You want it.
Okay.
I'm out. It's your house. It's in your name. If you ever decide to settle down and you want it, it's yours. It's waiting for you.
I just assumed that, when I got tired of being a hunter, I would just move in here.
Oh,
I like this place better, honestly. We could, rent the other house out, though. That's more profit. We could remodel it and turn it into apartments or something.
now that's not a half bad idea.
There's the university nearby, or we could use it as a stopping ground for other hunters. There's a lot of profit that we could make out of it. I'll talk to accounting Biddy later.
I'm here all day, dear. Just give me a ping whenever you need.
Cool. I'm gonna go continue eating my pancakes. Don,
Yeah.
I'm like really, really rich.
Oh.
Yeah. Like Mom forged all my name on everything. And so everything's in my name. All of our accounts, our stocks, savings, the house.
We have to call you like ma'am now? And,
No,
like,
no. No, that's fine. I just I was already rich to begin with, but now it's all my
like
money.
confirmed rich
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Hmm.
We're 90s rich,
Nepotism.
right?
And Benny's investing all of my money, so
Oh.
I'm like really rich. I didn't look at the numbers because I'm afraid to, but my dad was over like 2 plus 100 years. I don't know how
I
old.
wonder if she's read the paper. I was reading a thing about pets.com.
Pet stuff.
It didn't make any sense, but it sounded fun.
What's a .com?
I don't know.
What does that
Pet,
mean?
pet dot period com.
What is .com? Is that like code? I'm gonna go and ask Cipher.
HTTPS colon.
Yeah, exactly. www.
Cipher.
Yeah.
What does .com mean? I don't know.
Cipher probably knows, but I don't know.
I believe it stood for commercial. So, any other final preparation before we move on?
I'll have to give Arrows back to you because Olivia's gonna ask Arrows a question while they're both being healed up. As long as Jason is not around, because she's gonna specifically ask like, "What the fuck was going on with like the whole angel sucking stuff? Like, is that like an angel thing that you guys can do that I haven't heard of before?"
Arrows. He says, "All right, I haven't been straightforward with you,
No shit.
and what what she did, the angel side Jason, that's something I haven't really seen. But from what I know, it's, yes, theoretically possible to steal another race in order to like sustain yourself. You're like cut off from the rest of the supply. So, like, all us angels, we get energy from like heaven, and if we're ever cut off from heaven, that's bad news for us. So I don't know what all that was, but I think the friend might be fallen angel. Now that doesn't mean she's a demon, but it could be a lot of things. Could be someone who declared neutrality during the war. They got kicked out too. Could be someone who just went their own way and did their own thing. I don't know. But it's not natural. Not how angels are supposed to work.
I mean, I figured angels don't really steal energy from other people. It seemed a little odd, but I also don't know a lot about angels. There's a lot we don't know. I figured being an angel, you would know more. So I respect that you were able to at least help us. But I don't know how much we can really trust you, considering I own much.
Well, look, Olivia, I was trying to really want to help. And I know this doesn't help the whole trust thing, but there's things that, the less you know, better off you are, because you're half angel, and that's not allowed. And I'm trying to keep you safe. Because there's so much left for you doing this. A lot that all the others they don't see, including that one we ran into, the Durio.
Yeah, you mean your mom?
She's less mom and more divine creator. She's one of the hands of God that could just create life out of nothing. She can create other angels. She always thought I was broken. I don't know. She never give me an order that I can say. And I tried to be good, but then they were gonna send me down. Punch you. I couldn't do it. And so I hid the truth. I told them that we're just a guardian ward. And been playing the guardian angel bit for some time now. And I guess now everyone knows. It's probably only going to get harder now that Roderio knows.
This isn't new. We've been on the run for so long. I've forgotten all the people that want to kill me. What's one more?
For what it's worth, I'm going to try and save. Make up for all the lies.
I mean, at least you keep me safe from Jason. It seems like he might steal my angel parts. I know. Just let me keep an eye out on him. I don't know about him.
Me neither. So you all rest, healed up, patched up. You can go ahead and clear your healing track.
Oh, yeah.
And you get a good night's rest, one that you needed for. It feels like a while, but start doing the math, and even though 5 days may pass, it's been like 24 hours. And you heal up, rest, and you're all ready to take on a new day. So we discussed possibly going to investigate the grave, Georgia, or is that the plan, or are you doing this?
As soon as Olivia heard about that, she would have been like, why don't we just like scry on it?
Yeah, I suppose we could. I can describe it to you.
I mean, you can do it too. It's just like, and she'll explain the ritual of like, you gotta have it in your mind's eye.
Listen, the only magic that I ever do is making things that are inanimate animate. So I'll try.
Oh, girl, I can help you. Don't worry about it. I've scryed on plenty of shit in my life. And
Okay.
she'll help you with.
Okay, I'll try to scry on the grave then. See if it looks disturbed.
Magic.
9.
Ooh. So there is a glitch.
Wait, aren't you helping?
Yeah, I was just
No.
gonna do help out.
Go ahead and roll that.
That's over 10, so that gets her.
So I got a 10.
Sounds good. So it works as intended.
Cool.
So you consider your brother's grave. Last time you saw it. And your vision circles this headstone, gray and weathered, with the delicate lettering etched inside. You see the plot itself. You can make out the outline of where the dirt was originally dug up, but all over the top of it, it appears grown over with grass. Doesn't appear to be disturbed. You look around and see some other plots nearby that all seem normal, undisturbed. There is a gate nearby, and you're what you see.
Is her dad buried here too?
Yeah, so you look over and see that a couple plots over, Wessington is also buried here, amongst other Wessington private families.
How
his
many
grave, his grave appears also.
How many of these people did he tell me were great aunts and great uncles? And they actually were just his children. His other children. He's lived for such a long time. I'll come back from the vision.
Yeah.
The graves look undisturbed, from what I could tell.
So either still in there, or he was never buried.
Well, he was buried. I mean, I went to his funeral.
Did you see inside the coffin?
I don't know. Did I see inside the coffin, Keeper?
So we're told that the injuries that he had sustained were pretty unappealing. So they did have a closed casket.
The casket was closed.
You
So-
didn't see a body. You
Didn't
don't know if
see-
he's still in there.
I mean, I didn't see a body, but my mama went to the mortuary to identify him. I mean, she saw him. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do.
Your father was part of a large, terrible organization, right? I mean, how much of a trouble would it have been for him to have, like, dug up a body and face off that thing?
My father's dead.
I meant when he was buried, when your brother was buried.
I don't know. I mean, he seemed just as upset as Mama did, from what I can remember. But I mean, he was being honest about it.
Instead of just two swords existing, there could be a third that you weren't told about.
I mean, I only ever remember 2. I mean, I could try to scry on that man that,
Could you scry on the sword
Yeah.
or scry on the sword
and see?
and see what I see, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
could try that. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Okay. What 2 dice are going to do
Try and help her
a
out.
good job?
That is
I got an 11.
but I expose myself to trouble or danger.
So I
But
get a
she
plus
still gets
1.
plus-
So that's a 12.
Okay.
So that's advanced, which I am advanced in use magic.
So your vision again places itself elsewhere. You see a dusty street with these tan and multicolored buildings all around. You hear this clamor of some foreign language. And you see a man dressed in a garb similar to the local people. Very loose clothing, kind of like a smock with like loose pants. And, to his side, he is wearing the sword. As you look up, you see the dark curly hair of this man, and as your vision steps around, you see these dark blackish purple veins reaching up from his neck, of some like past disease. But as you circle around, you look into his eyes, and your heart gives as you look into the eyes of your dead brother, Mark.
Okay.
And Olivia, you can see all this too as you are scrying together, helping her focus her vision. And as you circle around with, you see the shock on her face, staring at this astral illusion, and he inexplicably looks in your direction, and in a flash, the sword comes out, and you wake up out of the vision. You have a gash on your arm.
Oh, am I still in the vision?
You are.
Did
And
I
she,
see
Olivia disappears.
that? What? What happened? I'm like in the vision, but like saying that out loud. Is he in like a room, like a hotel room, like a?
He's out in the street, like in at the end of an alley, like staring both ways, for um, looking for something. And then he, and this is just tease of like these Middle Eastern folks who are walking back and forth, all with dark curly hair. But then he sees one head stand out and seems to be wearing like some sort of button-up shirt or polo. And your brother takes off after, and you're looking from behind this guy he's chasing. You get a sense, a feeling that this is Adam.
Taking a quick like look into to my surroundings. You said he looks like he's somewhere in the Middle East. Do I see like street signs, markers, monuments, or like touristy buildings that would give it away of where he's at?
As Travis Googles Istanbul.
Yeah.
Things in Istanbul that would be notable.
Yeah, so
Bizarre of some sort.
how bizarre.
How
bizarre.
bizarre. License plates, things that would point me into the direction of where he is.
Yeah, so you see,
Fake term.
you do see
Nice.
down the
Istanbul?
street a flag.
Istanbul?
Is that where you're at?
It
just see the
has
Hagia Sophia.
a crescent moon with a star on a red backdrop.
Is that the Istanbul flag?
That's
Turkey.
Turkey.
Turkey, okay. Okay, I'll pop out of the vision. And then look at Olivia with a gash wound on her. Did he see you? But how did he
Yeah.
injure a vision of you? What?
Fuck if I know. I've
He
never
didn't-
had that.
Okay. A couple of things. It looks like Marcus. It can't be Marcus. Right? But
Maybe he's a zombie.
he looked alive. I mean, his face looked awful, but anyway, he's in Turkey. He ran after someone that looked. I mean, it had to have been Adam. He's chasing Adam.
So we should find out where he is and meet up with him. He's obviously on our team, right?
Well, he's in Istanbul. You sensed that Adam was in Istanbul, and
right.
I just saw him in the vision of me looking at my brother. So we should go to Istanbul.
Right, because it seems like your brother is on our side, and so we should meet up with him.
Well, I don't necessarily know if he's on our side. I mean, he could be there looking for Adam for a third party that also wants to control this time god.
Well, then we need to kill him anyway.
Yeah,
So,
well, okay. We need to find Adam, and I saw him there. So as quickly as we can get to Istanbul, we should.
I agree. Do we know if there? Do we know if there is like teleportation capabilities that are known as like big magic that we can try? Like
Like
I would
instant
say-
teleportation.
Right.
I don't know. We've always just taken that airplane that Gray used to have everywhere. You fell out
yeah,
of it
but that's
once.
gonna take days.
There is portals you can open, between worlds. You never try to open a portal in this world to another part of it. So I would say that's probably like it's big magic, but as part of big magic, so would probably require dedicating actually figuring out if
We can have Evers look into it. He's really good at researching that kind of stuff.
Why don't, in the meantime, we have Mr. Gray ready to play?
Well, I don't
He
think
can-
Mr. Gray owns the plane anymore. We crashed it.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Maybe twice. No, that was two different planes. We do not have a good track record with vehicles.
Well, do you think he can get another one?
I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Gray?
Oh, I'm not there.
He's still in the infirmary.
That's why I asked you.
Oh, I'll go ask him.
Just you and Olivia keep doing whatever you're doing. I'll go and ask him.
Mama, if we had access to a plane.
I'm gonna.
Like maybe Biddy has a souped up plane.
Do I see that Olivia's got a gash on her arm?
sure.
I'm gonna channel a little lay on hands on her.
Yeah.
12. So, on a 10 plus, I heal 2 harm or an illness, plus they're stabilized.
So as you get close to Olivia, like she is like giving you a side eye. Definitely like making sure you don't actually touch her. But like just kind of like keeping it cool, not like freaking out or anything, but definitely like watching you. And not being super subtle about it because she's probably like just having gotten out of that trance. Probably doesn't have her composure yet. But just kind of watching what you're doing.
I want to read this situation if I can, Keeper, to see how much exactly I think that Olivia might know.
Just read a bad situation.
It's 10 on the die plus sharp. What is sharp? Sharp
So-
is 1, so 11.
So is this read a bad situation? Is that what you're trying to do?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so what's the best way in? What's the best way out? Were any dangers I haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victim?
Kind of along the lines of, are there any dangers that I haven't noticed? Do I get a read that maybe Olivia knows a little more than?
Right. So you're kind of you reach out to heal her, and as you do, it's so subtle that most people wouldn't have read into it, but your senses heightened by the angelic presence inside you. You notice just that ever so slight flinch and look her dead in the eyes and see the pupils dilated like an animal.
Really weird ways to try to use these holds. Kind of along the ways of what's my best way out. I'm gonna see if like Danica's actually paying attention. Like,
I
Or
don't know, Danica. What are you doing right now?
or she's like,
You touched Danica once and sucked some energy out of her, and she didn't like it. So I feel like she is watching you touch Olivia as well.
Yeah. So you feel like between Olivia and Danica, you are being monitored.
Danica's been very loud about her opinions on you touching her again.
mhm.
So
Mhm. I won't do a whole 3, but I'll just kind of note that information and be like,
So because I play half of your character, I'm going to use that third hold.
okay.
And in the back of your mind, you hear a whisper. We'll need to protect us. If they get more suspicious. Isolate Olivia.
I don't think that that's too fair. I mean, she's already got other angels hunting her. But
We need to protect ourselves. This is the best way to.
well, I'm really conflicted because I feel like the best way to protect ourselves is to protect Olivia. So
Who has protected you all this time?
yeah, I know that, but
Very interesting. I where friends loyalty. And for a brief moment, feel that.
you catch more flies with sugar than you do vinegar. And I kind of mope back out of the room, and I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to Gray.
And as you leave the room, your powers seem to come back. It was just a subtle reminder of who's running this show.
Could I have heard any of that with telepathy?
Possibly.
I didn't know if I could hear the angel. I didn't know if like that was like a different.
The angel would have been speaking mind to mind with. So it probably would have been in thoughts. Anyway,
I'm gonna go find Gray and see if he can't procure us a plane.
Great.
Yeah, so well, since like last night after getting patched up, like I kind of went and spent pretty much that entire time since, and then this morning in my room, what I've been doing is actually trying to reestablish connections with everyone that try and get obviously with what I had already said to you, he kind of had plans to kind of keep things moving while he was away. But it's kind of that point of, yeah, I'm back now. I need you to get back on track. So trying to get those connections reestablished, and then also I was already wanting to try and see if I could maybe get some flights. Hopefully I still have pilots.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead do why don't you just do a single manipulate someone roll just to kind of determine how many people you're able to convince that you are not dead and that you are back.
Yes. Also, I need to double check. I think I have a thing. Okay. So that's a 10.
So I would say that call after call, you do make connections with a good portion. I would say like 90% of everyone that you used to have on your in your Rolodex, and you are able to reach out to an old contact of yours, like by the name of Robert Robinson. He is a expert pilot. He used to fly fighters, so he's used to high speed travel. He is a bit eccentric, but if that's the worst quirk about him, he would be the perfect contact to get you over to Europe.
Okay. Also, for what it's worth, I have figured out all of the necessary stops.
Roadblock volley arm? Is that the kind of stop you're talking about?
No.
Danica needs t-shirts.
So yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm already on the phone trying to talk to this
Yeah,
Mr.
so
Robertson.
you're on the phone, pacing back and forth, talking to Robert and trying to get him off of some far-flung topics, mostly conspiracy theories involving the U.S. government, half of which you know to be true, the other half is bullshit. But you entertain him for a short period of time before he starts really getting on your nerves, and you're able to get him to focus long enough to charter the flight.
Perfect.
Anything else you're doing?
Oh, I really just was wanting to get things back online, really. So I don't know at what point Jason walks in on, or I don't know if he finds me or not.
I'd ask a biddy.
And Biddy will gladly show you to Grace quarters, and you will knock at the door.
I'll answer.
Hey, so the girls are trying to find a flight or trying to like magically zap us to Istanbul because apparently that's where they found Adam and Danica's brother.
Oh, Danica's brother is not dead and is in fault.
Apparently, I think he's chasing Adam, or so I overheard.
Well, nice. Good that he's at least on our side, or some degree, I suppose.
I think they were debating that as well.
Hmm.
But regardless, I really don't want to take another portal anywhere.
That's quite fair. I'm not sure I'm too keen on the idea either, although it would be a lot more convenient. But I hadn't had any idea whether or not they could do that in the first place. So I've been working to establish another option.
Like, non-magical, right?
Have you known me to have any magical capabilities?
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen you shoot a gun and talk to people, and that's about it.
That's about it.
All right. Well, as long as it's not magical, I am all for it.
Well, some people do consider planes to be magic, so
Well,
that's
I mean,
up to you to decide.
well,
Either way, the plane is ready whenever we are. We just need to decide when we're actually leaving.
I suppose I will go and find Dawn and Cipher then and see if they'll be ready. So,
Hopefully, sooner rather than later. It seems like time might be of the essence, or not, depending on how you look at things.
fair enough. I will take off and go try to wrangle up Dawn and Cipher.
So, one by one, start notifying that there is transport arranged to Eastern Europe, and that everyone is getting ready to go. Any last preparations, or
You guys come downstairs to Danica, like, with the show on, and it's like Star Trek, and she's like, so if we could just Olivia, if we could just figure out how to like dematerialize everybody and turn them into like particles, like they do on the show. I know it's not real, but like we could theorize our magic in that way, right? And then like rematerialize at a select location in another part of the world that we scry on beforehand. It could work. We might switch some ears around to the wrong place, but I think we could figure it out.
This is terrifying.
We already know portals exist. Why don't we just use portals? I'm confused why we're trying to reinvent the wheel here.
Well, this seems more fun.
Jason pulls out a big nerd encyclopedia about Star Trek and tells them why it's not a good idea yet and how basically you're destroying your current body and building a new one.
That's painful. Okay, so the portal idea.
Yeah.
How
That's
about-
the one that we know works.
How about the plane idea?
We have a plane?
Gray does.
We crashed your plane.
You crash a plane.
You have more planes?
The whole point of trying to operate an international organization is that you have the ability to get transportation around the world.
Do you need investors?
Why would you invest in his underground nefarious working?
Well, would it prove profit, Biddy? Could you correct
Wasn't
the numbers?
he working for your dad at one point, and your dad was
Yeah.
above him? So at this point, are you his boss?
It might be because I did inherit everything.
Yeah, that's not really how it works.
I think it is.
Not in this world.
I think so,
That's
and I
how
think
it
it's time for
was
a performance review.
But I would just like buy out like more of your stock than what you have, and then I would
We don't
be your
operate in
boss.
stock.
Well, then how am I supposed to invest in you? Biddy's not correcting
Fine,
numbers.
fine.
This is not a good investment. Biddy's over there.
Sell.
You are not approved.
Listen, I'm just trying to, help you. Since you're like the new criminal boss or something. I don't really know what you do or what you were gonna do now that you've killed all of your bosses.
Take over.
Right. We need money to do
Do you
that.
still want to be his boss? Who's killing all the
No, I
bosses?
don't want to be his boss. I just want to be like an investor. You know?
so?
I'll have talked to Everest at some point between now and when we leave to do that research for me.
Okay.
So when and if we come back, at least we have the
If?
potential to. We don't know if we're gonna make it back. I mean, some of us might die. Who knows? I mean, the whole point. Right? This is Matt talking, not
Oh.
Olivia.
Biddy, could you just form a will for me real quick?
That sounds like Olivia.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah. That's the exact same voice. I get it.
It's more
And,
the tone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
yes, of course, I would be glad to do that for you.
We should
Thanks.
update his current, device so that it can use his head voice. His head voice was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Anyway, we have a
Anyway.
rather long flight with a number of stops. So, and
How many stops will there be collectibles, and where are we catching the flight at?
flight is coming. Well, we're at the bunker, so.
Mm-hmm. There is an airport in Rapid City. I don't know how big it is,
Yeah.
especially in the 90s.
Wow, doesn't matter.
That town has an airport?
Well, really?
Well, it's
if
just
you
a
can't
runway, I think,
land
at this point.
Well, I think people come in to do like motorcycle stuff.
We need a passport.
They aggroed in on
We're
the
not-
motorcycle?
Flying legally, I don't think. You could get some made, just in case.
You do have some
This year they did
fake
not come.
passports.
Oh, good.
The first
Low.
mission you were sent on.
We do have passports.
We do have passports. Never mind.
Also, we don't get a Turkish delight. I'm going to be very upset at you all.
Is that like a happy ending massage?
I mean, I feel like we could pencil that into our schedule. We definitely need to stop at some kind of tourist place so I can get a t-shirt.
Well,
Okay.
anyway.
So, you all, I assume, pack a vehicle to off towards the Rapid City Airport, which you were told to greet your contact at. And you all arrive there and get to a private hangar the side of inside you see a kind of a spindly man. He's very lanky, tall. He's wearing this plaid shirt that has rolled up sleeves and like only about half of the buttons buttoned up, just leaving like a very hairy chest exposed. He has a very scruffy appearance. He's not like, he doesn't trim his beard, but also it's not like he's trying to shave it down to the skin either. He's just kind of all over the place, and his hair is very unkempt, a little balding on the temple. You can tell that it used to be some sort of reddish in color, but now it's kind of turning a little grayer. And he has these long faded jeans that go over top of these old combat boots. And he turns around as you come in and he says, "Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you all day here." And you can see he was messing with the attachment for a fuel hose. And it was connected to the last thing you expected to see in a hangar in Rapid City. But it is indeed a Concorde jet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're going to make fewer stops than I thought.
The last plane that we rode on, no offense, was a piece of shit compared to this. Why would hold out on us?
Well, with all that investment Biddy did in your money.
Biddy invested my money, not his money, unless you asked investment Biddy to invest your money too. You should. She's really good.
Call my investment, Biddy. She did wonders for me.
Yeah. I'm not his boss.
In my head, you are.
I inherited my father's, assets, not his job. That's not how that works. I also don't want his job because his employers killed him, or his employees killed him.
And Robert Robinson will speak up and say, "Oh, this I go spraying this around, but I won her off of a Russian." Oh man, he didn't see he didn't see it coming when I brought out a straight flush Whew. Yeah. But anyway, hey, I got a schedule to keep, so if y'all could just get on the plane, we can lift off here in about 15 minutes.
How long will it take us to get to Turkey?
I don't know how well.
Via Concorde jet.
Concorde jet.
I don't know. It'd probably be a couple hours at least.
Yeah, I believe
I want to say
It
you
would
could cross
be-
the United States in 2 hours. Therefore, you could probably cross the Atlantic.
no.
Like
So
4.
I actually just saw something talking about this. So it would take 3.5-ish hours to get from US to Europe. So,
Oh,
I
okay.
think if
That's
we're
close.
going to Turkey from mid US, we'll probably say like 4.5.
So yeah, about 4 hours.
How many of them Terminator movies are there that you keep talking about?
Two amazing movies.
Can we watch those in that amount of time?
If there's a
Is there a movie? Is there a TV on your? Excuse me, Mr. Pilot. Is there a TV on your plane?
These are new.
Oh yeah, sure. There's a few tapes in there. I ain't got much. Got
I hope you have
Oh,
Terminator
it's
1 and
fine.
2.
Jason takes out his backpack
You
and
carry movies with you?
I carried the Terminators with me. Yeah.
let's
Wow.
see. I got the Addams Family, and I got Hook, and
that's a
I
cool-
got Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh my god.
Classic.
Well, Jason keeps referencing these robot movies. I think we should watch them.
All right, suit yourself. Just keep the noise down. Yeah, that's a joke because this thing will deafen you.
It's just that you have earplugs.
Oh, you'll be fine inside. Everyone get your shit on board. Ain't got time. And he unhooks the fuel nozzle and starts wrapping that all up and clambers aboard, gain into the cockpit, and starts warming things up as you all start getting.
Cipher. What if you installed your son in the airplane?
I thought about that too.
Just don't tell Gray.
What if somehow? What if I was able to like split him up and just put him in different pieces? Like
Of things?
yeah, and then like it'd be multiples of my son.
That sounds great.
This is how we're gonna make Skynet,
Great.
folks.
Can we have stopped at a Toys R Us on the way here?
I don't think there's a Toys R Us.
In Rapid City?
I'm gonna say Rapid City didn't have one. Sorry.
Probably has like a KB Toys.
We stopped at a KB Toys? Or Radio Shack? So we could get a...
God damn.
One.
What do you want from Radio Shack?
A robot. A robot toy. A toy robot.
You got a toy robot.
Perfect. This will be your son. Now he's got legs. Put your son in here.
Is your son in
Upgrade
here?
him to bigger electronics,
Mm-hmm.
and then eventually we'll get the plane. We won't even need a pilot then.
Boy, you guys are gonna love the Terminator movies.
Yeah, y'all are gonna be like, oh fuck.
No, we're gonna be like, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
we
it's
should do
just,
that.
just give us ideas.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
So
All right, we all strap in.
So yeah, you start to strap in, and Robinson starts taxiing the plane out into the runway, out of the. You hear him communicating with the tower briefly before you hear his voice over the loudspeaker say, "All right, sit your ass down, otherwise you gonna go flying." and he flips a few switches, and you hear a loud roar and whine as these turbojets start to fire up on this this jet plane, and you just feel sucked back into your seat as you start to take off, and it is the fastest you've ever gone into the air on any airplane. And before you know it, you are skyborne, flying over mountains and hilltops, and heading off towards Europe. I think that all said, we'll see what happens to our heroes next time in Europe.
In Europe.
Oh my god.
Wow.
We went
And
to another like dimension before going to another country.
I know.
Yeah.
Priorities.
We've been to other dimensions. We remember when we went to the
Oh, this is true.
we
We went to
purgatory. We went to purgatory to save Olivia.
That's a little
Yeah.
different.
That's a whole different like reality or like level of existence. I don't.
Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you next time. Next great campaign. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.